quickly, I will bring you all of the papers, including the editorial. So quickly this morning, our first stop is the Heritage of Volume 28, number 355718, and it sold for 40 Liberian dollars. The Heritage, the truth is our guide. Stories at the front page of the Heritage newspaper. No time for ghost lawmakers. The government will press on with quorum. You have the photograph of members of the minority bloc right here. Representative Yake Koluba, District 10, Representative Musa Hassan Beriti, Dixon Sibo, Edward Papi Flomo, Abana Kamara, as well as the President, His Excellency Joseph Boakai. Still at the front page of the Heritage newspaper, a U.S. ambassador hails Liberia's War and Economic Crimes Office. And you have the photograph of the U.S. ambassador to Liberia, Mark Turner, in a handshake with Dr. Councillor Jala Babu. Still at the front page of the Heritage newspaper, a UP alliance rallies behind Boakai, a blast opposition chaos threats. And quickly, let's move at the back page of the Heritage newspaper. The truth is our guide. President Boakai honored as African Leaders Regional Journal Liberia's Change Makers. President Boakai honored as African Regional Journal Liberia's Change Makers. And you have the photograph of the president as well right at the back page of the Heritage newspaper. LCU students trash allegations, expose hidden motive. LCU is the Lofa County University. Students trash allegations, expose a hidden motive. And you have the president of the university, that's Lofa County University President, Dr. Asif Poda, right here. Abadi pledges support to Sadaye Avonjoma Road financing. And still here at the back page, Minister Poto ignites a national movement at the end to end maternal and newborn deaths. That's Minister Poto. Liberia Minister of Health, right at the back page of the Heritage. The truth is our guide. How quickly, let's run for the editorial of the Heritage newspaper. A Supreme Court strikes a Dankun's illegal coup in what can only be described as a historic legal thunderblow. The Supreme Court of Liberia has dropped the gavel on one of the most brazen constitutional breaches in the nation's post-war political history by declaring Representative Richard Combs a speakership unconstitutional and voiding a month of legislative actions. The High Court has pulled the curtain back on a power-hungry play that mocked the very essence of democratic order. This isn't just a legal ruling, it's a rescue mission for Liberia's battle, a constitutional sword. At the center of the unprecedented crisis lies an audacious takeover expected under the pretext of majority rule, but rather with procedural and legal defects. The court's ruling speed A step in Article 33 and 49 of the 1986 Constitution made it clear a speaker can only be removed under proper constitutional circumstances. A Coons ascension hatch while Speaker Kofi was reportedly in another room was an outright. No matter how many lawmakers raise their hands in the room, if they sidestep the Constitution, their actions are not involved, period. That's the editorial for the Heritage newspaper, volume 28, number 30, that's 355 718. This paper is sold for $40. And we move to our next stop, Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you. Volume 3, number 029, and number 29. This paper is sold for $40. The Oracle News Daily. Our stories are right at the front page of the Oracle News Daily. Horse rebels crumble. Horse rebels crumble. As members are scrambled to rebuild in unending battle for leadership. You have the photograph of majority bloc. Lawmakers right at the front page of the Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you. Quickly, let's run at the back page of the Oracle News Daily, reporting the truth to you. Trusting a seller matters partnership, transforming infrastructure in communities. A renewed mandate for War Crimes Court. Renewed mandate for War Crimes Court. Quickly, let's bring you the editorial. Celebrating 2 years of Oracle News Daily, a call to action for journalism in Liberia. On March 16th, we proudly celebrate the second anniversary of the Oracle News Daily. The milestone serves not only as a reflection of our journey, but also as a moment to reaffirm our commitment to providing the people of Liberia with reliable, trustworthy information necessary for making informed decisions. And we move to our next stop, a Daily Observer newspaper, volume 25, number 73. This paper is sold for $40. The Daily Observer newspaper. A majority black members on U.S. government's radar for ignoring sanction against a councilor chairman, credible sources. You have the photograph of councilor chairman and a majority black speaker, Richard Kuhn. Teach future tax shape, teach future tax shape at MTS 2025 as over 100 innovators or students brainstorm. You have the photograph of these students, over 100, right at the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Still at the front page, a rights group warned War Crime Court Office mandate renew. Says President Bouaka should step up progress on justice for grave crimes. A center blast defiant government over Supreme Court ruling. Says stakeholders must respect the opinion of the High Court. And you have the photograph of the program manager at Center, Gerard D. Yakula. And quickly, we moved at the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. LSA holds a 56th convention as ambassador contest advocates for educational advancement. You have the photographs of participants at the convention in the group photo right here. A journalist Kynan urges Buakai to intervene in Paramount, a chief appointment of crisis in Lofa. You also have the photograph of journalist Paul Kynan right at the back page of the Daily Observer newspaper. Quickly we run for the editorial. A political solution to a constitutional crisis, Mr. President. President Buakai, Liberia is now at a moment the first branch of government, the legislature is crumbling right under your leadership, and yet you have said nothing to stop the collapse. You offer to find a political solution. It might have been well-meaning, but in reality, it has involved the lawless majority bloc to continue trampling on Constitution and to openly reject the ruling of the Supreme Court of Liberia. As we explained in a previous editorial, the actions of the so-called majority bloc met the definition of treason under Article 76A5 of the 1986 Constitution. This is not mere political quarrel. It's a direct and open assault on constitutional government. It is a betrayal of the very system you were elected to defend. Mr. President, the rule of law is the third pillar of your arrest agenda for inclusive development. You cannot stand by why a handful of self-interested lawmakers tear down the Constitution, or simply because it suits them politically. If they do not want Representative Kofa to remain Speaker, they must follow the constitutional procedure for moving him. It's that simple. So that's it. That's the editorial for the Daily Observer newspaper. Volume 25, number 73, that sold for $40 Liberian. And we move to our next stop, the news, the nation's news since 1989. The news of volume 36, number 004, April 29, 2025. It sold for $40 Liberian. Stories at the front page of the newspaper. Illegality over loyalty. A Kofa's men joined majority bloc. Illegality over loyalty. You have the photograph of in battle speaker of Fonati Kofa right at the front page of the newspaper. A mediation is the ultimate solution. A Liberty Party on political settlement of horse impasse. And quickly, we moved at the back page of the news, the nation's news since 1989. A Lone Star sale, a Momo, a fine Liberian dollar 25 million. E-Mansion clarifies Buaka's decision to work with the Quora. You have the photograph of Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana right at the back page of the newspaper. Still at the back page, former GTZ employees decry unjustified delay in payment of court order benefits. Former GTZ. And you have the photograph of Joe Bori, a spokesman for the employees. Aja urges respect for Supreme Court's ruling, calls for upholding rule of law, a peaceful resolution to host leadership crisis. You have the photograph of Aja President, Mr. Joey Kennedy, right at the back page of the newspaper, the nation's news since 1989. A plot against Diamond Water exposed. Wash Commission clarifies a damaging video. Plot against Diamond Water exposed. A Wash Commission clarifies damaging report. Quickly, let's bring you the editorial for the newspaper. Liberia stands at a pivotal juncture in its pursuit of sustainable development. Liberia stands in its pursuit of sustainable development with the induction of the National Agriculture Development Plan 2024-2030, aptly named the Liberians Feed Yourself Agenda. The ambitious plan aims to transform the nation's agriculture sector, promoting food self-sufficiency and fostering indigenous wealth creation through comprehensive agricultural value chain development. For too long, Liberia has grappled with food insecurity, heavily reliant on imported goods to meet its nutritional needs. This dependency has not only strained the nation's economy, but also left it vulnerable to global market and supply chain disruptions. The Liberians Feed Yourself Agenda 6 to break these chains by empowering local farmers, enhancing agricultural productivity, and building resilient food systems that will withstand external shocks. Central to this plan is the focus on food self-sufficiency by investing in modern farming techniques, improving access to quality seeds and fertilizers, and providing robust extension services. The agenda aims to increase crop yields and diversify production. That's it. That's the editorial for the newspaper, the nation's news since 1989. And we move to our next stop this morning. The New Dawn, a truly independent, volume 15, number 066, number 66, sold for $50 Liberian. The New Dawn, a newspaper, stories at the front page. Boakai under pressure over horse in pass. Boakai under pressure over horse in pass. You have the photograph of majority block right at the front page. A concession, a tongue of war, a threatening store. A derailed, a railway progress. And we move at the back page of the New Dawn, a truly independent newspaper. Jetty celebrates a birthday with inmates at Monrovia Central Prison. You have the photograph of an Indian business tycoon. Right at the back page of the New Dawn newspaper. Quickly, let's run for the editorial. Legal or political path. Which way is for peace? Despite acknowledging the Supreme Court ruling on the leadership impasse in the House of Representatives, Representative Joseph Walker, as president, Joseph Walker says his government would seek a political resolution to the impasse. This opposes that despite the ruling from the High Court being as crystal clear as daylight that Representative Rachel Kuhn is not speaker, the executive seems even more determined to remain on its current path of political maneuvering in having its way in the House of Representatives. On the other hand, the leader of the majority bloc in the House of Representatives, Richard Namwe-Kuhn, has run to the Supreme Court praying for re-argument of the Bill of Information from Speaker J. Fonati Kofi, which is paradox because while President Bwaka is talking of pursuing a political approach then implementing the Supreme Court ruling, Representative Kuhn is returning to the court. Which way does the UP-led government want to proceed in this matter? Where are we as a country, governed by laws and not by mobs or self-serving ambition? Those who undermine peace, violate the law, or seek to disrupt national harmony will face the full force of the Lord and justice. President Bwaka says in his address to the nation last week, a day after the ruling by Supreme Court upholding Speaker Kofi's Bill of Information. Instead of enforcing the ruling from the Supreme Court of Liberia, the president says his government has already initiated board consultations with relevant and national stakeholders to determine the most appropriate and constitutionally sound path forward. We have actively involved our traditional and other national leaders in addressing this matter, Mr. Bwaka adds. We wonder what other path is most appropriate and unconstitutionally sound in the words of the president, other than Supreme Court ruling on the impasse. The president's position clearly brings in conflict with the highest court of justice in the land. The executive that has been funding the illegal removal of Speaker Kofi says it is consulting with traditional and other national leaders in addressing what is clearly a matter of law. This is quite unfortunate for the practice of the root of law in Liberia. This is a sad moment in our country that ruling of the Supreme Court is no longer respected by the highest office in the land that should set example on adherence to the root of law. What message does this send to the incoming generation? Are we truly a country of men, or lord of men, or where might and influence make right? That's the editorial for the New Dawn newspaper, truly independent. And quickly, we move to our next stop this morning, the Inquirer newspaper, volume 34, number 71, Tuesday, April 29, 2025, sold for $40 Liberian. The stories at the front page of the Inquirer. Who's responsible for legislative quorum? A speaker or plenary? with a question mark right here, with the photograph of Representative Richard Korn and the battle speaker Fonati Kofa. A Liberia Law School to launch Rule of Law Center. A Liberia Law School to launch the Rule of Law Center. Still at the front page, Liberia must not compromise the law, says George Morgan. And you have the photograph of George Eva Mape Logan right at the front page of the Inquirer newspaper. Lofa County's the university students back prices $1 rally. Quickly we move at the back page of the Inquirer newspaper. FIA imposes Liberian $25 million on Lone Star Cell MTN mobile money. Financial intelligence. And we move. Justice Banks speaks on politically motivated interpretations. Do not exploit the impasse for political gains. LP speaks in-house leadership crisis. Do not exploit the impasse for political gains. LP, Liberty Party, speaks in-house leadership crisis. Quickly, we run for the editorial for the Inquirer newspaper. This country must not crumble under the watch, Mr. President. Under your watch, Mr. President. President Joseph Boakai has reaffirmed his commitment to upholding Liberia's democratic principles, assuring citizens that his administration will not allow lawlessness or political gridlock of derail the country's governance. The president's remarks comes in response to the Supreme Court's April 23, 2025 ruling on a bill of information filed regarding the ongoing impasse among the representatives. While acknowledging the court's decision, President Boakai acknowledged that the legislative statement remains unresolved and requires immediate national attention. He stated that his government has already initiated a broad consultation with relevant national stakeholders to determine the most appropriate and unconstitutional sound path forward. Boakai emphasized that his government will continue to uphold the Constitution's definition of legislative quorum, signaling a firm stance on moving forward with a functioning house that meets legal requirements. President Boakai's response to the ongoing legislative impact demonstrates a measured approach aimed at preserving stability and adherence to constitutional principles. We called on all leaders to put the country first instead of fighting for personal or party gain, because a strong democracy only works when leaders do their jobs and put the people's needs ahead of them. That's the editorial for the Inquirer newspaper, volume 34, number 71. And this paper is sold for $40 Liberian. And quickly, our next stop this morning are the analysts. For those who strive for better Liberia. For those who strive for better Liberia. Volume 26, number 120. Sold for $40 Liberian. A story at the front page of the Analyst newspaper. A root of law caucus holds my island in-house crisis. Root of law caucus holds my island in-house crisis. You have the photograph of the former president right at the front page of the Analyst newspaper, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Barker needs to comply, Ekumi says, adhering to Supreme Court ruling, not negotiable. And you have the photograph of the ANC standard bearer, the political leader, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummins, right at the front page of the Analyst newspaper for those who strive for better Liberia. Also at the front page, a Labour minister refutes image harming reports against him. A Labour minister refutes image harming reports against him. You have the photograph of Minister of Labour, Councillor Cooper Craft, right here. And we moved at the back page of the Analyst newspaper. Estella Meta Liberia faces a truck-built executive mansion ordeal. AML Estella Meta Liberia faces truck-built executive mansion ordeal. Laments attempts to airboard it from fair share in railway deals. Respect the rule of Lord. Respect the rule of Lord. LP acknowledges house without laying blame. You have the photograph of LP political leader Yumli Kanga Lawrence right at the back page of the Analyst for those who strive for a better Liberia. Still at the back page, a possible remedy in-house proposal. Liberian diplomats suggest common sense settlement. A grave setback to Liberia's democratic credentials. Quickly, let's bring you the editorial for the Analyst newspaper. Liberians need and deserve a closure to the Capitol Hill mess. And here is how. Liberian politicians and leaders are at it again, demonstrating obsession, proud, arrogance, greed, and selfishness embroiled in a conflict that could end in a day if they had achieved those innate traits. And meanwhile, they are cool with it. They and their families are having more than a meal a day, a show of medical treatment. If they are sick, enjoying regular electricity, water, and all their basic needs. While the vast majority of the people are lacking daily needs, scared by abject poverty and disease. What the lawmakers at the House of Representatives and their executive branch collaborators have subjected Liberians to is not different from what the war laws of the 1990s did. War laws were in capitals for foreign nations, a big skin in safety and pleasure under. One wonders when this grand shame about the ruling class to deprive the masses the land of gold come to an end. Because as we speak, while essential goods, including fuel and food, are increasing daily. Transportation fares unbearable for the poor. Roads leading to the interior parts are supposed to be unpliable. The entire southeast cut off. Ancestor River Bridge in ruins. Of politicians at Capitol Hill, along with their executive, who were elected to solve those problems and make life livable in the country, are still breaking endlessly. Meanwhile, they are being paid monthly, on time, and life is going well with them and their family. Nearly a year and a half that has sadly been the state of the country and its majority. No one cares. No one wants to give way in the interest of the suffering people of Liberia. All our grandstanding and stonewalling of particularly concern is the group of lawmakers who call themselves majority bloc and the president of the nation, Joseph Boakai. Since men by nature is brutish and lawless, for which a civilization created the cultural rule of law towards creating peace and harmony for all. Why is the president and his majority bloc on Capitol Hill can't do the most honorable thing? Listening to the voice of reason, respecting the constitution of the country, which says the Supreme Court is final. That's the editorial for the Analyst newspaper. And this paper is sold for 40 Liberian dollars. You could also pick up a copy right at you could also pick up a copy right there. Volume 26, number 120. And our last stop this morning is the Front Page Africa, volume 18, number 79. It's sold for 40 Liberian dollars. Quickly, stories at the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Majority blocks a press conference marred by math mistakes and confusion. Counting crisis. You have a question mark right there. Counting crisis. You have the photograph of Imbato speaker, majority block speaker, right at the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Reshaping Liberia's economic future. Reshaping Liberia's economic future. Quickly, we run at the back page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. A black man warrior and determined girls win 2024-2025 Orange Cup titles. A black man warrior and determined girls win 2024-2025 Orange Cup title. We're taking a short break. When we come back, we bring you details of our talking points and affords you the opportunity to call and have a say. So quickly, let's take a short break. Many thanks for rejoining. Let's now bring you our talking points. The self-proclaimed majority bloc in the House of Representatives has suffered a major setback in its ongoing effort to remove Speaker J. Fonati Kofa, following a chaotic press conference that exposed inconsistencies in their claimed support and deemed concerns about their legitimacy. During the event, which was streamed live, a physical count revealed only 31 lawmakers present, contradicting the bloc's claim of 37 attendees. The situation grew more confusing when the clerk of the House tasked with recording absentee members fluctuated between figures of 12 and 14. Despite this, the bloc later claimed to have the support of 49 lawmakers, a number that doesn't match even their own math. Critics quickly pointed out the inconsistencies. If 37 were indeed present and 14 absent, that would total 51 members, not 49. Even with the inclusion of newly elected lawmakers, Thomas Kwa and Emmanuel Dine, observers note the bloc's actual strength is closer to 45, still short of constitutional required two-thirds majority. 49 of 73 members needed to remove the speaker. Their credibility took a further blow with reports that Representatives Bernard D.J. Blue Benson and Austin B. Taylor have defected removed from the bloc. Meanwhile, the names of Representative Tawombo and Muhammad Briggs Mensah were listed among bloc members, despite both publicly distancing themselves from the movement. No individual, no institution, no government is above the will and interest of the people. And if you ask me what the interest of the people is, my answer would be it's a well-functioning, transparent, law-abiding legislature. Representative Briggs Mensah stated, it's time to restore the honor and dignity, seriousness of the legislature. I encourage all legislative colleagues that together let's reclaim the respect we deserved as true representatives of our people. Representative Tawombo took to his Facebook page saying, silence is golden. One thing about me, I always make my position clear. Keep speculating. Let me focus on my ECOWAS duties. May 13th coming. Why are they faking their numbers? Asked one political observer, referencing additional allegations that the bloc may have forged resolution signatures to boost their claim of majority. The unfolding drama had intensified an already fragile political crisis, and the situation escalated on Monday with a bold act of defiance from Representative Rachel Coon, in direct contradiction to a Supreme Court ruling. Coon ordered steel doors to be installed at the entrance of the main legislative chamber, that's recognized by the court as legitimate, as effectively blocking Speaker Kofa from access. Well, folks, you listen to our talking point. Do you think the self-proclaimed majority bloc has suffered a setback in its ongoing efforts to remove Speaker Fonati Kofa following a press conference on yesterday that exposed their inconsistencies in their claimed support and deepened about their legitimacy? What do you make of that? During the event, that's the live, a physical count revealed only 31 lawmakers present, contradicting the bloc's claim of 37 attendees. What do you make of it? Even with the inclusion of the newly elected lawmakers, Thomas, Emmanuel Dine, observers note that the bloc's actual strength is close to 45, still short of the constitutional 2/3 majority. Despite the court's final ruling on yesterday, majority bloc speaker Kun ordered steel doors to be installed at the entrance of the main legislative chamber, recognized by the court as legitimate, blocking Speaker Kofa from having access. What do you make of that? Let's hear from you. 0777-959 959 088-0982-719. Do you think the self-proclaimed majority bloc has suffered a major setback in its ongoing efforts to remove Speaker Kofa after on yesterday's press conference, which exposed them of inconsistencies in their claimed?
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Benda, my name.
Yeah, quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah, actually, what the people doing in the house there actually affecting with the Liberian. And I think every good government that will come there, we need to suspend the whole house. Seriously, it's my view. We need to suspend the house. The house is the one that brings all of the problem to Liberian. We have our resources to share among us, but they don't want to do that. Actually, so we need to suspend the house. Seriously.
Okay, we need to suspend the house. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you so much. Do you think the self-proclaimed majority bloc has suffered a major setback in its ongoing efforts to remove Speaker Kofa? Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Your name and where you join us?
I got one calling from Broad Street.
Okay, quickly.
Yeah, so to the issue, the fact that self-proclaimed speaker have always been a habit of taking all onto himself. Having listened to the Supreme Court unit and have a boss with other PD, it is time for Nigerian people to step up that door. The same way they use day or your data, we also use hard saw to remove that door. The day will be very Nigerian people to remove that door. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll keep the calls coming. During the event, that's the live of physical count revealed. Only 31 lawmakers present, contradicting the bloc's claim. Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Yeah, morning. Your name and where you join us from?
This is Leona from Congo Town.
Okay.
The people will continue to suffer setback. Seriously, because they are not proceeding well. Once anything that is not done legally, it is not done at all. And let me just make this clear to you. If these people continue to ignore the law, now they are claims, they allege that the past government officials, they were involved in the corruption, and these people need to be prosecuted. They need to investigate the people. So what if these people are investigated? You run back to the same Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court found the people guilty, and the people will not accept your judgment. What will you do? How will it be like? Since you don't want to abide by the Supreme Court ruling. So let them put it in that issue. The Supreme Court is a higher decision making body in the country. They come out with the decision. A very plain and holistic decision. Now you continue to do it. So you say you want to set precedent. If you have to investigate other people, and the people found guilty, and the people don't they start why you are. How will the country be proceeding?
Telling you.
So the people continue to suffer by just starting. Once you not do the right thing, you won't do anything here.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Despite the court's final ruling on yesterday, a majority bloc speaker Kofa when orders steel doors to be installed at the entrance of the main legislative chamber. Yeah, good morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Your name and where you join us from?
Thank you. My name is Okala Grace. I do pray for the
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. For me, I was being a very big bad and so also have covered with the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when the beginning, when the boyfriend was far, it was done illegal, and everybody starts and you accept everything that went on. And it's true the boyfriend attack the people you see face on it. So if they knew that the thing was illegal, why they not put stop to the fun around the situation before passing boyfriend. And that's the same boyfriend, everybody receiving money from up to now. So are they going to send it for or the pay? They're going to take it back to the Nigerian back or start it from square one. Then the budget are part. They're going to be part. They're going to read the budget. That's my question to the Supreme Court.
Okay, thank you. Quickly, good morning. Morning. Hello. Caught us. Despite we want to know. No, let me run for this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Your name and where you join us from.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's lost and fine.
Okay.
In our condition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's hear you.
Thank you. All of people will go for 4.
Mm-hmm.
All of some media will write 4 against the majority bloc. But what else they do? They all wait and see the opening day of the legislature as to who will have the quorum. If over here is the quorum, and the president makes it clear that he will deal with quorum, he did not say he will deal with number 10. You know the history, he will deal with for paper block, for the constitutional requirement is the quorum. I also see what some people will come and say quorum is constitutional too. So whoever that is the right to right because they want for the people to go, but then to write policy at the detriment of the school, I think it's unprofessional on the part of Central Africa. But let me say this: no matter what they do, whatever they say, like no matter, we want peace, we want development. Not only peace, we want about 20 years ago now. So we need development also. So nobody will stay in the way of development of the country. It's about politics. No, let's want people press hard to get a quorum on the opening day. We have a quorum, continue with the good people. How they think that these people about all fault, nobody also think that it's speak about all fault. So just pray hard, as the people not with the authority, they will not also do quorum. Trust me, the authority is yours, but then the quorum, no, the quorum. You have to fight, use your leadership ability to be the police, so you have a requirement to have a quorum. The people are getting winner, and it's going to get myself. No, nobody will get winner.
Okay.
And it's my way again.
Okay.
So see, have the constitutional right, as a speaker, as a claim, then go ahead and get a quorum. Whoever have a quorum, the president will be getting the deal. Anybody who say there was a mission higher than the company, and the beach to tell the store, and they are 31, and they are safe for clean people. Don't wait. Let the opening day rule. We will see who have the quorum. Trust me, don't carry with our blood not to go paper anymore.
Okay.
So we not go there. You can't force them to do that. No. They better lack of leadership ability. We want to come there, not for it. We not force them. Don't force them. So let them go right. That's something after that go ahead when you see them go ahead, right? For the right.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Well, folks, this is the Local Dailies right on Kia Radio, FM 95.9. Quickly, good morning.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay. Your name and where you call from?
My name is Tabos. I'm calling from Johannesburg.
Okay, Tatos, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the talking point. But something I'm not understanding is we are confused. Confusion. You know, it's like we I don't know, we have so many problems that we cannot understand sometimes. We get wrong with things that we didn't understand it. When the president said for wrong, everybody come, oh. But yeah, now color becoming important. DJ Blue is right on the side of the speaker for Lanti. The color I was saying important now, color getting very important. That's what I'm saying. I said it the other day. I said it yesterday. Every time work like the president, I will give you the 37 to that program of Polanti. It is not the president what I will give, taking away from the 49 to remove him. They say with the right campaign, and we are running campaign, and we they say when they got to fight, and the best way out, who gets the corona? The president was with you. The government is the government and yes, sit down. And we are getting confused. Yes, Supreme Court needs to be part of the conflict. They refuse to attend it sooner because they say these people are not legitimate. And we're very well supported them. But I think they say people and shut down to defend budget. Where are we going? Look at that big condition, the confusion. You say you didn't go to the people. Yeah, they are not legitimate. Okay. But you can't honor them to defend budget and you put all the money, you give all the things. Then you come against the people are not legitimate. Where are we? Where are we going? Confusion. It is not any soon. Thank you very much.
Okay. Where are we as a country? That's one of the biggest questions to ask. Let's see whether we can still take a few more calls and call it a day right here on Kia Radio. This is the Local Dailies, the program that highlights all of the papers, including the editorial, the front and back pages. Equally, talking points that affords you the opportunity to call and have a say. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. Your name, please.
My name is Peter Johnson, calling from Ghana.
Okay, Peter, let's hear you.
Thank you. People blaming the president, and you see the president is a very smart man, and he played a very smart role. His statement can defend him and make it to look good to everyone. The man said, if you have the number, I will work with you. You know what I said? Fanatico, I'm going to work with you, I want to work with you. And it is a number that make you to speak or pass bill or do anything in the House of Representatives. And there is a third branch of government. So everybody have their rules and regulations that go on there. And the man said it openly. If you have the phone, I will work for you. You know, I'm Richard Queen, I will work with you. I will Fanatico. So it's all about lobbying and get the number to work with the people. And when you work with the president, you want to work with everyone. So people coming on getting angry with the president statement, I don't think there's something wrong. You know, say that I'm going to work with Richard Queen or Fanatico, I'm going to work with you. So now I can't anything is a political battle between them. We don't know what they're doing there. And the result they can't always say we all condemn the other going on. But we for their act they can put the country into a crisis. And when you have the number for the work with you, the president went to work with you. So for the president's statement, I don't think there's something wrong. Almost he's looking at a twin father. So right. Anybody that has the right, you will talk to you. So president is not wrong for him making a statement. I support the idea.
All right, thank you. Well, that's it right there. It's already time. I think so. All of you who follow us on Facebook, all of our social media handles, and thanks to all of you who call, those who also listen, do join me on tomorrow at 10:30 to 11:30. My name is Princess Kama. Until then, I do have a blessed Tuesday. Wishing you all of the good. Bye-bye from my end.